Alright, hey guys, welcome to our show. I'm here today with Tony Rains from The Challenge and The Real World. How's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
Doing good, thank you. So let's start from the beginning here. You started on MTV's The Real World about, what, last year or 2 years ago?
Uh,
Something
yeah,
like that.
last year, last year.
Yeah, so you started on The Real World, and going on there, had you been trying to go on The Real World for a while, or was that just something you randomly tried?
It was just luck of the draw for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I had never auditioned or anything like that before, and I was just lucky enough to get on.
Okay, very cool. So when you got asked to do the challenge then, were you all on game for that, or were you kind of like iffy about it at first?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think I would. I don't know. Going into real world, I thought that was, you know, a blessing enough just to get on that, which was it was pretty cool. I never really looked any further, but then I got the call for the challenge, and of course, I accepted.
Yeah. Now, did you have any question about who you wanted to be your bloodline when you decide when they've told you what the storyline for challenge was?
No, no, not at all. I knew off the bat I was with my little brother. Of course, he came out there and visited me while I was in Chicago, and he loves this kind of stuff. He loves the reality TV, and he loves to compete. So he's my little brother. Really, there was no other choice for me. So yeah,
Yeah,
I was happy. I was happy he was able to come out there with me.
that's awesome. You guys made a great team for the few weeks that you were there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so walking into the challenge, what were your first thoughts going in and seeing everybody and kind of figuring out what the show was going to be about and stepping into your first actual challenge as well?
Yeah, well, you get to meet everybody at first at the airport, and
Mhm.
it's kind of it's real personable. It's kind of surreal. Sorry about that. It's
That's okay.
it's kind of surreal. You see all these guys, all these girls that you've seen for years on TV, and you get to meet them in person, which I was excited. I was excited, and everybody seemed really cool off the bat. So yeah, I went into it with an open mind, and unfortunately, I got hurt, but I'm looking forward to hopefully getting another shot at it.
Yeah. Did you think that the actual challenges were as hard as they seem when you watch the show?
I mean, really, with that, I didn't know what to expect. I
Okay.
figured it would be pretty tough. Uh, the first one that we went into, the mud hill,
The Mud Hill.
yeah, that was I don't know what it looked like on TV, if it looked like it was really hard, but after two or three times going up that steep hill, you don't realize how much it takes out of you. So that first one was really tough. It was a good introduction for me and my brother, and yeah, I mean, they didn't really show the order that we came in and stuff like that, but we did pretty good on that one. So
Awesome. Now, your brother told me when I talked with him a few weeks ago that you were really good at trivia. So you guys were sad you didn't get to compete in that challenge. Now, how did you get so good at this trivia?
I don't know. I guess growing up, I watched a lot of Jeopardy. After school, that seemed like my go-to show.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I watched a lot of Jeopardy, and I don't know, just I'm good with common knowledge, I guess.
That's awesome. Yeah, that would have been fun to watch y'all compete in that one, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Now, going back to your injury, we didn't really get to see exactly what had happened. We just see that you got hurt, you were sick, and then you passed out basically and got sent to the hospital, and then you didn't get to come back. You just got Shane out of the bed and left basically. So, what
yep.
exactly went down with you?
Um, well, I ruptured my spleen. Uh, I was jumping from platform to platform. I shorted my jump. My abdomen hit, and the force of the impact uh, ruptured my spleen. And I went back to the house initially, and I thought I was okay. Uh, but then later on throughout the day, I started feeling worse and worse and worse and worse. And I tried to tough it out. I really did. I really really did. But yeah, no, I was pretty much dying. So uh, I tried to stay out there as long as I could. And time came to where I felt like I was going to pass out, and whatever. I had to go to the hospital, and that was it.
Oh, okay. Now, did you have a lot of recovery time from that then? I would assume you would.
6 weeks. 6 weeks. I wasn't able to pick up anything over 10 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I couldn't have my stitches or nothing like that bust from where they cut me open. They went through pretty much went through like the bottom half of my stomach, almost like through my belly button to to reach in there and remove my spleen. So yeah, it
That's
was
crazy.
6 weeks recovery time, but I bounced back.
That's good. Yeah, that's crazy. So one of our Twitter followers wanted to know if you would come back to do another challenge for one, and if you would do a Battle of the Exes specifically.
Yeah, I would do whatever challenge that was, that they cooked up over there at MTV. Battle of the Exes. I would like a Battle of the Seasons, but Exes. I would do Exes for sure.
That would be fun. Olivia on Twitter wants to know if you had to pick between Nicole, Camila, Nani, Sylvia, or Violetta as a co-ed rival partner, who would you pick and why?
Who are the choices again?
It's Nicole, Camila, Nani, Sylvia, or Violetta. That's a hard one.
It is hard. I would love to see Violetta out there with me, to be honest. We shared those 3 months together, and we actually worked together at Old Fifth, and while we were out there in Chicago, and we made a damn good team. We bumped heads, of course, but it seemed like we could always find that common ground when it came to getting something done. So yeah, I would love to have Violetta. I would love to have Violetta out there with me.
I think that would be fun to watch. That would be a fun season.
Yeah, for sure.
So someone named Jamakison, I think is how you say that, says, what cartoons did you watch in the hospital, and does it feel good to be one of the rookies who earns Banana's respect? So that's 2 questions in one.
Yeah, well, in the hospital I was in Turkey, so they didn't have a lot of American TV, but they did have like Cartoon Network, so I was able to check out like Johnny Bravo. I think I went to the Disney Channel, and they had like the Mickey Mouse House or some cartoon like that. I don't know. They didn't have any of the good ones. They didn't have like SpongeBob or any of the classics like that. But yeah, that was probably the best part of being in the hospital, because of course we don't get TV and stuff while we're in the challenge house. So.
Yeah. So I know you said you didn't want to get super into certain things, so I'm going to ask this question. If you don't want to answer, that's fine. They want to know. Someone on Twitter wants to know, how excited are you to be a dad coming up in next month? That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm nervous.
I bet.
It's right around the corner. I'm actually going to Austin this weekend to go help Madison out with the baby shower and stuff. So, yeah, it's getting close, and I can't wait to see the little thing.
Yeah, and it's a girl, correct?
Yeah.
And Harper, right?
Harper. Yeah.
Harper. That's so exciting. I can't wait to see pictures.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So now someone else wants to know about Back to the Challenge questions. They want to know, what was your favorite part of being on the challenge? Even though it was a short time, what was your favorite thing about the challenge?
Oh, my favorite thing. My favorite thing about being on the challenge, I would have to say the money. The fact that we're going up for $350,000. That's probably the best part about it. And competing for that money. The overall experience is just great. It's anybody will tell you this. It's 10 times better than real world. Real world is a great experience. It's it's your gateway to the challenge, but the challenge is just it's something I wouldn't mind doing for a while.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. I would like to see more of what you can do on the show, since you kind of got a short-lived life this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that would be great. Let's see. The next question says, how come Nicole got involved in the argument between you and Camila slash Larissa? I'm not sure if you can answer that question, but
how did Nicole get involved?
Yeah.
How did she get involved?
Or why, I guess.
I think Nani was just trying to intervene between me and Camila, and Nicole happened to be right there. So I might have said something to her to kind of trigger her. So she started kind of, going off on me a little bit.
Yeah, understandable. So was it easier for you to work with your brother, or was it harder than you thought to work first together and then separately?
I don't think. I mean, it wasn't hard. It wasn't. It wasn't really hard. I mean, we didn't see eye to eye a few times out there, just in the house, like social stuff. But
Yep.
when it came to competing, I mean, we were pretty much on the same page. It's just it's a shame that we weren't out there long enough to really give people um, an honest viewing of what we could do. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we were getting
Um,
better. We were getting better with each one. Of course, then they split us up, and when they split us up, that was a whole different ball game. It was we only did one challenge, so we didn't really have time to kind of figure that out or feel that out really.
yeah, I agree. Um, I think it can be interesting because I feel like some of the bloodlines get along so well, and then other ones get along, but then they fight so much that it's harder for them to get along.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so David on Twitter says, if you had to choose between skeletons or the new twist of the new real world, which one would you pick and
Uh,
why?
Hands down, 100%, I would pick the new one. It's go big or go home, right? That's
Yes.
the new one they got. Yeah, I would pick that one 100%. The skeleton season, that twist still gives me nightmares. I still deal with the repercussions of it to this day, unfortunately. But yeah, if I had a choice between one or the other, I would definitely pick go big or go home.
Yeah. Now, speaking of skeletons and the challenge both, have you had a lot of positive feedback from people via social media, or have you had a lot of negative feedback, or both?
Oh, it's both for me.
Yeah.
I got a lot of haters out there, mostly to do with my personal situation away from the challenge. Well, no,
Okay.
actually, the challenge had a whole lot to do with it because of the Christina mishap. But you
Oh,
know,
okay.
it's been about about 50-50. Definitely a lot of. I mean, the hate is more in depth, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It's they definitely go into detail with the hate and what they think of
Aw.
me.
I know. It drives me nuts a little bit when I see stuff like that, but
Yeah,
I
it's a
guess
bummer. It's a bummer, but everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I respect it. So
that's true. And that's kind of, I feel like we almost like subject ourselves to that sometimes when we put our personal business on TV. It's
yeah,
hard that, because you can't control what other people think or see.
yeah. It's that's what comes with it. That's what comes with it, and I fully
Yeah,
accepted it. So
very true. Adam on Twitter wants to know, do you think fighting your brother the first night and hooking up with Christina put a bigger target on your back for the challenge?
I mean, me hooking up with Christina had nothing to do with the game. You know, that was just
Yeah.
something that happens in that house. Um, as far as me and him fighting, or as far as me getting into it with a few people,
Hmm.
those first couple of nights, yeah, that affects the game. That affects the game big time, big time. Um, it was just it kind of balanced out because my brother was so good with the girls, and he developed a great relationship with the whole house, pretty much, you know. And my stupidness, my I'm lashing out, my whatever. It definitely didn't help with the girls, but my brother was able to kind of repair and help me repair those relationships.
Yeah. Well, it never helps when you're drunk either. When you're drunk, everything is just a mess.
Yeah. When we did some drinking those first couple of days.
I think they do drinking the whole season, and I love it because it makes people crazy.
It does. It
Makes
does.
for good TV, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So AJ on Twitter says, who were you closest to during the show, and who were you not close with on the show, and why?
Uh, I guess the person I was closest with, besides my brother, uh, I got really close with Leroy
Mm,
and
I love him.
and Bananas. Um, I really connected with those guys. Vince,
Mhm.
that's a really good dude. That was kind of like my little clique out there, I guess you could say. They kind of took me in as the rookie, and we just all got along, man. We just kind of got the same, kind of got the same interests, and we're guys, So
Yeah.
definitely fit in with those guys pretty good. Now Corey, Dario, Thomas, they were rookies along with me, and
Hmm.
I definitely got along with those guys too. It was kind of I was kind of stuck in between the vets over here, which I was really vibing with them good, and then you got the rookies who were cool, but I guess we were so much more worried about the game. It was hard for us to connect on on a bro level. You know?
Yeah. Um, Speaking of everyone that was on the show, now that are you watching the season while it's airing at all or no?
Oh yeah, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Now, who are you rooting for from who's left in the season? Who are you rooting for to win?
Bananas events.
Banana and Vince. Why is that?
Just, I mean, like I said, that was who I was closest with out there.
Okay.
If it wasn't them, I'd love to see Corey take it home.
Mm.
Corey, that's a really, really good dude. So yeah, I'd have to say, if it's not Bananas and Vince, definitely Corey and Mitch. Mitch is that dude. He's man, that's a great guy too. We definitely had some good times up there.
That's awesome. Now, do you think that the pairings, like how some pairs have a guy and a girl and some pairs are just guys or just girls, do you think that that causes an unfair advantage basically because some couples can go in every single week and others cannot? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, there was a lot of complaints about that when that first came into play, but it's not. It's just the way the game is. It's the way the game's played. If you were a guy and you chose to bring your cousin who was a girl, well, that was your choice. So that's what you got. That's the card you got dealt. So that's the card you got to play with.
That's true. Very true. I think, yeah, I've seen a lot of criticism about it, but I feel like it adds an interesting twist as well, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it is semi unfair, but it is what it is. The next, Olivia wants to know: would you do a rivals with Bruno as a teammate?
Yeah. I definitely would. They didn't show it, but on my exit interview, they asked me the same question. What would you like to see next if you were invited back? And I'd say, well, a battle of the seasons. Even if I brought Bruno, he's kind of more like a rival, but tell him I said to come on. Tell him I said come out here. So, I would love to see that. I would love to see. I don't know how we would interact with each other. We haven't talked since the show. So, if we could get past some BS, I think we could definitely make a damn good team. Really strong team.
I think so too. I think that kind of answers the next question. They wanted to know if you and Bruno still have issues, but I think that kind of answered it. You said you haven't talked, so
haven't spoken to him.
So it is what it is. You're not really sure at this point.
Yeah, still blocked from all his social media and stuff like that a year later. So
all right.
Whatever.
So David wants to know which side would you have picked, the rookie side or the vet side, if you had stayed? And then he says, would you have targeted Bananas like Corey and Dario did? So that's two questions in one.
That would have been really tough for me because, like I said, me and Bananas, we got along out there pretty good, and I got along with Corey really, really good. So it would have been tough for me. I wouldn't necessarily try to target Bananas. I wouldn't. I don't think I would have went that route. I just would have let. I hate to say play defense, but I would have let those guys kind of strategize however they wanted, and let Bananas handle his business. And if I would have had to be, kind of like a lone wolf in that situation, that's the route I would have took. But yeah, I don't see me just picking sides like that.
Yeah, I guess you have to pick sides eventually, but not till the end. Well, I don't know how you would play that. That would be hard.
Yeah, it would be tough.
I think so too. Now, do you think if you and Shane would have stayed in the show, do you think that you guys would have been? Who would you have been in alliance with besides Banana and Vince? You said probably Leroy was already gone actually.
Yeah, Lee was gone, but I know my little brother had his things going on with the girls. Anissa, Rihanna. Anissa and Rihanna, and who else? Candace and Leroy was already gone.
Yeah.
I know him, Nani and Nicole. Yeah, if I had to go my brother's route, that's probably the way I would go. But like I said, we was really just starting to get into the meat of it before, as I left, because I can remember being out there and I had the talks with Corey and Thomas and Dario. I had the talks with Bananas and Vince, what they're going to do, what this group's going to do, and I'm kind of sitting here like, oh man, what? what do I do myself? So I really didn't have a chance to kind of dwell into
Get
that
that
further.
social.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I think, yeah, I don't know. I think that on your next challenge and you get more into it, it'll probably be easier for you to answer some of these questions, like what you would do socially.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um, Now, let's see. The the Charger Voom, I don't know what that means, on Twitter says, "Do you think?" Oh, it says, "Would you and Madison ever be a pair in Battle of the Sexes? Do you think?"
We wouldn't be a pair in Battle of the Sexes because then we would be
Well,
against each other.
yes, that's what I mean. Would you guys
Oh,
play the same game together though? I read it wrong the first time.
oh, I would hope so. I would hope so. Yeah.
I think that would be a lot of people. A lot of people want to see you guys on a challenge together.
Yeah, MTV's got to make it happen.
I know.
She was going to be on Bloodlines, but Rachel was too young. So.
Oh, okay. I thought, isn't she older? Isn't she like 20 or something?
Well, you have to be 21. Rachel at the time when they
Oh.
called her, she had just turned 20. So.
Oh, that's changed since then. On the old challenges, you didn't have to be 21 because Abe started when he was about 20, I think.
I
So that's
don't know.
new.
I don't know when it changed or what year it
Yeah,
changed, but yeah, that's how
that's
it is
crazy.
now.
That's crazy. Now, before you ended up leaving the show, did you get to see much of Turkey at all? Or were you kind of just in the house in the club?
No, I mean, we got to see a little bit of Turkey.
A little bit? What was your
Yeah.
favorite thing about Turkey as a country?
Um, I would have to say, the view. Like we had an amazing
Mm.
view off the balcony and the Aegean Sea. We were right there off the Aegean Sea, and just the mountains and the hills. Just the view. The view was beautiful. That was my first time out the country, so I was very very grateful to have that opportunity.
That's awesome. I think it's a little sad because you guys don't get to see a ton of the country really because you just go to like your challenges and then the club and your house.
Right, right, right. We don't get to go. We don't go sightseeing.
Yeah,
But the sites that we do see when we go on location for the challenge, or even when we go out for the nightlife, I'm so grateful for that because it's beautiful. It really is.
yeah. It looks like a great place. Now, with the bug eating challenge, someone just asked, was that harder than you would think by watching it?
I hope I never have to do anything like that ever again.
It
It
looks
was
rough.
Yeah, it was bad. It was. I guess just because you're out there, you mentally get so psyched about it.
True.
In the moment, you don't think you're like, okay, I'm gonna do anything. I'm gonna do anything I have to win this. So you just block out the disgusting part of it, and you just go for it. You go for it. You build up appetite for grasshoppers and hissing cockroaches.
Now, did you actually have to? Did you have to chew them, or could you just like spit them?
I mean, you could. I think some people try to use a strategy of like hitting them with their forehead and killing them,
Oh yeah.
picking them up and spitting them in a tube. But you
I
had to
guess that's
kill.
not easier.
You had to kill the little guys and spit them down the tube. So I mean, I just chewed them up
Ugh.
and got a little saliva with it, and
Was it? Did it?
to the beaker it goes.
Now, what does a grasshopper and whatever else it was taste like?
Uh,
Did you actually
it's,
taste it?
I mean, I tasted it, but it's not
Ugh.
anything I could describe because it's not like anything I've ever tasted before in my life.
That's funny. Well, I know on some challenges they like are eating like bull stuff, and I'm just like, and they're talking about how it tastes like other things like chicken and stuff. I'm like, what is wrong with you people?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's a mental thing that they're trying to tell themselves.
Maybe so, maybe so. I haven't tried those either, so I couldn't say.
I would hope not.
No, no.
That would be a little bit gross. Um, so AJ says, which bloodlines do you think have a chance to come back for future seasons, and who do you think would be a good addition to this season?
Who would be a good addition to Bloodlines?
Yes.
Well, we talked about it already. I wish Madison would have been out there. That would have been nice.
Yeah. Anybody else that you could think of?
Let's see. I still would have liked to see Bruno out there. That would have been nice for him and his brother to come. I'm cool with his brother Brian. His brother Brian's pretty good dude. Who else? Who else would have been good? Naya.
Yeah.
No, I'm ready to meet her. So that would have been cool if she was out there. Uh,
Awesome. Those
I
are all
like
good peeps.
yeah. I like Johnny Riley. I wish he would
Oh,
have been
I
out
did
there.
too.
That would have been cool. That would have been cool.
Yeah,
He's one of my faves. So that's what I
that's
would go with for
awesome.
sure.
Now, before being on the challenge, did you watch many prior seasons or not very much?
Yeah. I listened to my brother's interview, and he was telling you how like binge watched all the seasons before I went, and
Yeah. Now,
I
did
did.
you watch like from season one or did you like
Oh
start?
no, I didn't go that far back. I think I
Oh, okay.
started I started on Battle of the Seasons, and
Was that on Hulu? Is that where
yeah,
you
yeah,
watched it?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I got the Hulu subscription, so I checked them out. I seen how the game was played because
Now, who?
I didn't really watch it prior to me getting on Real World and stuff like that. It had been a while since I
Oh, okay.
really kept up with it because back home I stay busy with work so much and I barely watch TV. So um, yeah, I definitely had to do some catching up and see how this game is played.
Yeah. Now, which season was your favorite to watch prior to coming on, and why was that?
Um, what was my favorite season? My favorite season. I guess because it's so fresh in my mind, I really did like Battle of the X's. Um, and that may
That
just
was a
because
good one.
that's the last one that I can remember watching. But I thought Battle of the Seasons was pretty good. Free Agents was awesome. Free Agents was awesome. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, if I had to pick one, I'd say Battle of the X's just because I don't know. I guess it's the freshest one to me right
Yeah. That's understandable. Um, Carly on Twitter wants to know if you're single.
now. um,
She's trying to hook herself up. Look
if
at that.
if I had to put a Facebook status on it, I would say it's complicated.
Got it.
We'll go with that.
Understandable.
We'll go with
I think all the girls watching are hoping that you're single. They're like, maybe I can get with him. Look, I was like,
that.
oh, look how cute he is.
Well, I'm trying to get on The Bachelor. I'm trying to get on The Bachelor in a couple of years. As soon as I'm eligible, I want to go try out for that. So
Are you?
yeah, The Bachelor comes on
Well, when do
tonight.
you become eligible to go on The Bachelor?
Well, once my MTV stuff's over with, because they got us under contract and stuff. So, but yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought you
once
meant like you had to be like a certain age or like
no,
something like that.
I think if you're 25 or I don't even know really if there's an age for it because I've been watching The Bachelor this season and some of the girls are like 22. So I don't know if
Yeah, I
maybe
don't
it's
know either.
from 21 and up, but I think the new Bachelor, I think the Bachelor on there now is like 26 or 27. So I'm good to go.
There you go. Now, what have you been doing since you've been home from the challenge? What's been going on with you?
Well, I had a heal up. I had to get better from my spleen injury, which
Hmm.
that took almost 2 months. After that, I went back to work, and that's what I've been doing ever since. Just been working and dealing with some personal matters, of course, but uh, that's it. Just waiting on another phone call from MTV.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Now, hopefully that'll be soon. Everyone wants to see you back. Everyone really wants to see. I would love to see you and your brother both back because I think it would be so cool to see you guys work together again.
yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward. And even if to be honest, if I would like to see my brother go before I went.
Yeah.
I think the kid's made for it. So, but yeah, I definitely want us to both be on there together again.
Yeah.
MTV, please make that happen, please.
I agree. I think if it doesn't happen, I will start a petition. I told Candace the same thing.
Okay.
I said,
Oh
you
yeah.
guys got robbed.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
was so sad. Um, so what should everyone be watching for you from? Anything cool besides the baby, obviously? What
Yeah.
fans want to know what they can expect from you coming up?
Well, the baby's due February 9th, same day as Mardi Gras, which I'm from New Orleans, so that's kind of crazy. Uh,
That's funny.
but that's the biggest thing right now. That's the biggest thing. I got a few little things in the works, but we'll see how that goes.
Oh, okay. That's fun. Um, Someone else wants to know who do you think you could beat in the challenge with old veterans wise? West CT or Miz? Do you think you could handle any of those ones?
Yeah, yeah, I could handle all of them. I mean,
You think so? CT is a
yeah.
beast. I'd be afraid of him.
Well, I mean, CT is a big dude and all, and hats off to him. I respect him to the fullest. But I don't know. You put me up against anybody, I'm not going to back down. So.
Very true.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what you got to play.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
If you're afraid to go in, then you're gonna fail.
Yeah, and I'm not no small dude by no means. So.
I know. Your brother told me you're like 6'2" or something. I was like, what the heck? You don't look that tall.
Yeah, I was definitely the tallest guy in the challenge house for sure.
That's so crazy. You don't look that tall. Like when I see you on the screen, I feel like maybe I have a small TV. I don't know. I was just like, what? When he said that, I was like, I don't believe you there.
Yeah,
but
pretty tall.
That's awesome. You need to join. We were talking to your brother about his YouTube stuff. You guys should do a brother YouTube like Dario and Ralphie, however you say it.
Oh, they got one. They got one going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they used to. I don't know if they still do, but you and Shane need to do one.
Yeah, we're gonna do something like that. We got the Periscope thing. We're gonna do something. It's just we stay so busy over here, but
yeah,
we're definitely gonna do something for y'all.
Awesome. Well, is there anything you'd like to say to your followers and fans, supporters, etc.?
During these tough times, I really do appreciate all the positive support. There's a lot of hate out there, but there's also a lot of positivity, and I really do appreciate it. It means a whole lot to me. So, thank y'all for that.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully, we'll see you back soon. Hopefully, within like the next 2 seasons. We'll see.
Yeah.
If not, enjoy that little bundle that's coming your way soon. It's so exciting. And we hope to see pictures really soon, too. I'm sure she'll be here before you know it.
Yeah.
But thanks so much for coming and chatting with us. And if you ever have anything cool going on, let us know, and we'll put it out there for you.
All right. Thank you, Ashley.
Awesome. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye.